Dr. Fambi, you can start.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This class is digital marketing and business venture training. The goal of this class is to help every student attending this class to develop the entrepreneurship mindset with a view to starting his or her own business, learning how to run a business, learning how to be successful in a business, turning challenges into opportunities, making a living out of your career, making a living out of your passion, making a living out of your desires, and making profit from every business you are attending to do. Apart from that, this class is also expected to teach you digital marketing, how you can use the power of the social media to sell a product, to remarket a product, digital products, physical products, and what have you. This course will learn you um, skills that can enable you scale up your own business, scale up other people's business, and earn, make a fortune, get gigs, and make money from what you do. Now, we are going to start with entrepreneurship. This is not the first time you'll be hearing the word entrepreneurship. If you look at the charts I'm showing right now, I'm bringing up a chart of a light bulb that shows an idea and current flowing out of that bulb to a specific direction, not to every direction. The reason why you spend 4 or 5 years in school is to be able to get training in a specific field of life and thereby render services, or you are able to solve problems in those field of study. In the same vein, you can also use this field of study to make a living for yourself. Many companies today started off as either a solopreneur owned by someone, dualpreneur owned by two people, or owned by three people. The view to solving problems. Let me let you know that what is driving the economy of Nigeria and every other economy in Africa, especially what we call MSMEs, micro and small businesses, micro and small medium enterprises. That is what is driving the economy of the nation. And that is why just before you step out of school, you need to be able to know how you can actually create a platform, a business that can solve problems. About 30 years ago, many graduates, on the day of their graduation, according to the story we're told, would always have business owners, companies flocking around their graduation venue to hand over to them a brand new Peugeot and brand new job. Those things have faded away and flew out of the space of the skies, at least in Africa. Nowadays, a bird can scratch the ground for job severally to no avail because there are really no jobs. For you not to have that experience, you need to be creative. Like this bulb, you need to be creative. I want to emphasize the need for students to develop what we call an entrepreneurship mindset. It is not a fictitious statement. It is not a passive statement. It is not a pessimistic statement if you say that there are no jobs anywhere. But if you create one or many for yourself while you're on campus, you would be able to actually change the narrative. And in fact, to the extent that you will not be available for mega jobs. Tell me, why would a graduate who has spent 4 years at Thomas Adeomi University or in any university, like a private university like yours, and you spent hundreds of thousands on your school fee, and then eventually you settle down to work in a secondary school where they can manageably pay you 50,000 naira per month, where they can manageably pay you 70,000 naira. I can assure you that a good number of school owners can only barely pay about 50,000 naira. If you look at the economies of Nigeria specifically, the largest job recruiting niche is the school system. I mean, secondary school. Go to any state in Nigeria, Lagos, there are more schools than companies. Go to Ilorin, there are more schools than companies. Go to Abeokuta, there are more schools than companies. Go to anywhere except in the north, where they have more public schools. But if you talk about private schools, and that's where many people will say, okay, let me go into it. Now, I have a mix of audience where you have medical students here, and then the next thing is that, oh, there are several hospitals that can actually manage. You can do that. But let me also emphasize that in the economy that we have in Africa and in Nigeria now, to survive comfortably, comfortably, you need more than one source of income. If you do not agree with that, you may need to ask some of your parents or those that are actually working. There and then you are going to know that whatever job you're doing, if you don't have an extra income that is bringing in extra money for you, then you may not be balanced financially, especially being a fresh graduate. There are several advantages of being an entrepreneur. Several advantages of being an entrepreneur. But what we want to achieve in this class today is to be able to stimulate in you an idealistic thinking mindset. That before you step out of this class, you would be able to look at what is around you, what is within you, and solve problems. And really, there are several problems in the world. Like I used to say that one of the aspects of mathematics that I dread so much was word problem, W-O-R-D. They will tell you 2x plus 5x. Everybody knows that's 7x. But if you are telling me that Ojo's younger brother is 8, how old will Ojo's younger brother be in the next 7 years? And then you begin to work your brain that time and say, what's all this? But they are trying to see how you can actually solve problem by thinking. And that is one of the things you will begin to do shortly after you have left. Whether you are an MLS student and you are looking at yourself that very soon I'm going to be working in one lab, private or public laboratory, I want to go for master's program. It is these days that you see people going for several degrees. Come on. Your parent will say, there's no job, go for master's. There's no job, go for PhD. And by the time you now have the PhD, you now begin to still look for a job again. But if and then you are creative enough to have started your business, or you have created a business, or you have skills that can help you to manage other people's businesses, then you'll be off the hook. I mean, totally off the hook. No matter what you're doing, even if you're a web developer, you must know the business of web development. Whatever skill, you're an economics student or whatever department, biological science, you must have that skill, the ability. In fact, even if you are a rapper, you want to know how to sing, or you sing, or you create music, you create content, etc. You must know entrepreneurship. Now, what is entrepreneurship according to my definition here? Now, I will first use the definition of that I have here, and then I'm going to use the definition of a Nigerian, one of my clients. Entrepreneurship is the act of creating a business or creating businesses and building it while scaling it to generate a profit. It is the process of designing, launching, and running a new business, which is usually a small business. Most businesses start small. Most entrepreneurs start small. People that create business or create businesses are called entrepreneurs, or they call it entrepreneurs. My own way of pronouncing is entrepreneurship phonetically. Now, everybody knows the world richest man in the world, who is now an ally of the most influential man on earth. That is Donald Trump. His friend Elon Musk is popular. He started SpaceX, and by the way, I think they have arrived. The astronauts, they were stranded. They were supposed to spend 9 days, and then they spent us spending 9 months. Are they back now? Oh, I'm going to go and watch it because I want to see that footage of their arrival. Now, Elon Musk founded SpaceX. He founded Tesla. He founded PayPal. He identified problems that were available in the space exploration aspect of the economy. He identified problems of fuel, scarcity, availability, increase in every other thing, and then the huge demand for vehicles that can actually be powered without using any fuel. And then he introduced the electric vehicle. He also established the online payment platform and created several opportunities. Some years ago, he bought off X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, this is a big man. He's a big fish. But what I want to bring out of this is that he solved problems. He identified problems. As an entrepreneur or a would-be entrepreneur, you may be looking at problems on a global scale. You may be looking at problems at a very, very local scale, on a very, very local scale. A young man called, I can't recall his name right now. He has one funny name. A comedian, what's the name of this guy? He acts one way. He came up with a story that I saw on social media and said that our toothpaste need charcoal. This system that is here, the black part of it has some elements of charcoal inside it. Europe, US, Israel, where all these materials came from, they don't have charcoal. Africa has charcoal. Why don't you export charcoal to those places in tons? That is a business. That is a problem he has identified. Many people are keen into it. Do you need to go and be cutting down trees? There's government regulation. You don't need it. Do you need to even know the people that are selling it in the farm? You don't need it. What you just need to do is to connect the dots. Contact one person who can deliver 120 bags of charcoal in lorry, another person who can deliver 120 bags in Jeba, another person who can deliver 120 bags. Make it a ton. Call the drivers of the truck that are going to hire to pack it, take it to the seaport, get every of your delivery, export this product, and earn in dollars. That is the business model you propose, and that's what it does. I'll try to remember the name of that guy very soon. How do you identify a business? I need to stand up on this. Now, I have started in the UK. Right now I have 3 businesses registered in Nigeria. And I've run them successfully for a couple of years. And I'm still doing that. I want to give you explanation. Don't look at me as an academic now. Don't look at me as a lecturer. Look at me as a business coach. Because if you look at me from that eye, you will not be able to understand what I'm saying. Now, look at this chart. Forget about the chart I have in the rectangle or in the square. Look at the charts that I have in the circle. If I want to identify a business or I want to start on something, I must know what are the days, what are the days, what do I do? That is what will transform me to actually have, the pains that I get will reveal the pains, the gains that I have will be gain creators. As we sit in this auditorium, I can sell a product to you that everybody in this auditorium needs right now. What I think everybody needs right now that I can sell to you, if I come up and tell you that I have a data package for you that can work on all network and you can use 300 gig of data for 2,000 naira. Everybody here will buy it before I leave there. 2 of us. 2 of us. If you say true, raise up your hand. If it is true, say I. If it is false, say nay. Only a few people. I will sell my products because that is what you need. Now, it is a problem. Data is a problem. It is what is pinching every one of us here. If I go to Oko Market and I gather 20 women, the same statement I make, now I can make it just like this. Do you have another thing to say? That's what you tell me. That's not what their problem is. But if I go to a market today and I say, Mama, from today, if you want to be going to Umaro, just pay 10 naira. This can will take you to Umaro. They will say, let's go, no. I want to go and buy something today. Because I'm identifying their pains, their problems. Business owners identify problems. To create a business, you must identify problems. You must be able to know what is the problem that is available around me, what is the problem that is available happening to people, and how do I solve them. The problems you want to solve will be definitely unique. If you solve the problem, what are going to be the gains of that problem? What will be the advantage? If I sell data to you, the advantage that you will be more connected to the internet, those of you that have this online, you need to complete your gigs and you know other things. You will not be disturbed, you will not be frustrated. When I don't have data, it's as if I am in one bush of the world. That is just exactly how it used to be. There's no data around me. It's just like I'm inside a dungeon. Nothing connected. I can't monitor my traffic. I can't check I can't check his pay into my wallet. I can't. It's as if everything is just bland. That is how it is. And that's why they say data is life. So if I come and tell you, you'll be able to grab it. Some weeks or months ago, a woman came around, was working from office to office, she was selling shit. That was the second time she was coming. The first time she came, I gave it back. Second time she came, I gave it back. It's likely she comes to me, I will go back. Because that is not my favorite. But I even told her, I said, sorry, I don't wear this type of shirts. I gave her specifications. This and this and this. So next time I'm coming, I'll try to bring this exact time. And then she walked away. You must be able to identify the things of the gift or the objects that will use your product if you want to actually be an entrepreneur. Solving problems. So, assignment number 1. This is a very, very productive class. Those of you that are online, you're also going to get it along with us. We're going to peer you. I want you to look at your table. I believe you all have table of 5. Now, I'm going to give you the next 3 minutes to ask yourself, what are the problems that each of you have, and what business, what solution in form of a business can you create from it? Now, start now. I'll be moving from table to table. Yes. I told you when we started, we must be connected. Listen. Hello. Listen to me. Please listen. I came prepared. And one of the things that I hate most, I started hating that thing recently, is to help me waste my time. I hate it with passion. Please, don't help me waste my time. Now, whatever you have put into it, I have opened an Excel document. I'm going to share it very soon. Each of you that are here, you insert your answers into it. So if you like, don't do anything now. By the time you are about rounding up the class, when you need to enter everything, I'm going to open it for a few minutes. So it means you must do it now. So now that I've spoken, we are doing the work. Ask yourself, ask the 5 of you or 3 of you, what are the problems you have and what business can you solve? You can ask yourself the problems that are in the environment. Those of you that are connected online, ask yourself the problems, keep it in your record book. Keep it in your record book so that when I share the Excel sheets, you will be able to insert your answers there. I don't think those things should give us so much noise. Communicate logically. Identify problems and what can you do in solving them. So, when you are done, I'm going to give you this sheet.
Hi, Dr. Farabi.
Yes, sir.
So is that the link to fill?
Is that the what?
The link, the Google Sheet to fill, just online.
Yes, but I will give access when it is time. It's not yet time now.
Okay.
I'll share the access when it is time.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so we have people that are done now. So we are going to name table 1. Table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, table 5, table 6, table 7, table 8. Those are the tables that I am identifying. Anywhere that's not in the table, I don't identify them. Table 1. Tell us some problems about identifying. Please listen.
So the problem I personally identified was so I want to be in the comfort of my own self and support that thing from maybe different purpose or you want to get provisions so achieve support that.
Thank you very much. Food delivery is a problem and it's a big problem in this campus. So weeks ago, I took ill. I was sick. I was in the house. No one to cook for me. I couldn't cook. I ordered for food from the cafeteria. The person I ordered the food told me it was ready tomorrow. He didn't come back until when it was 1 o'clock. When he came back to the campus, they didn't get the food delivered until around 2 o'clock. I had not taken breakfast. I was shivering. So food delivery is a big problem. Not only in TAU, outside TAU is a big problem. Thank you. Table 2. Table 2. We are using ChatGPT to solve the problem.
So the idea of lunches is the students have obviously so
Thank you very much. Laundries, please. I love to play. Come a time with me to play. Like I can open my activities for you when we play. But when I'm serious, we don't play. Do you understand? Thank you. Laundry. Laundry. I love it. And that's a very unique one. It's a problem. It's not a problem. Yes. If somebody could wash my shirt for me, maybe 500 naira or 200 naira, then I go there, pick it up. It's going to cut down my time that I will use to wash any other thing. If I'm sitting down and washing, and I go live on TikTok or on Facebook for 30 minutes, I can make about $50. And then out of the $50, I pay $2 the person that will do the washing. Is it not sense making? All right. That's the plan for table 2, 1. Where's table 3? It's 5. It's table 3. You don't have any idea. I said I don't identify in school. If you are not on the table. I said 5 on the table. I think you don't understand me. You don't know me. You are not going to enter your details. It's as if you don't come. Table what? 4. Appreciate yourself with tables, my friend. So the question will be which those are thank you very much. Round of applause. That's also listen. There's one woman that I am eyeing right now. when I say I don't mean the I that you are talking about. I think it's an illness. She picks up waste nylon and makes them into bags. Any waste nylon. I discovered that in this school, we generate, like you have said, a lot of wastes. In fact, one of the products I am thinking, don't let me say it out too much, is how to use biodegradable enzymes to convert all this plastic waste. You see where they get out this plastic? You cannot go there. If you go there, it's going to affect the environment, the society. So why don't I convert them into usable products? That woman has met a lot of people. She makes bad. Okay, let me ask you, at home, when you take semovita, the nylon, where do you do it? What do you do with it? Throw it away. What if I create a product? And that's what they do. That for every nylon of semovita that you bring to me, I pay you money. Is that what it is? Everybody will be rushing to come and give me. Once you drink Coke, every Coke you drink, you 100 naira, you get 100 naira. And I create a place where everybody can come and drop it. That's the business. Solving problem, either it is local or extended. I love this fashion of thinking. Please keep thinking. Your brain cannot explode. Somebody said, thinking is the hardest task, and that's why only very few people do it. The round of applause for team 4.
I just heard the problem that I said was what is skill exchange. So, like for example, in such a remote space, a remote location like this, a lot of students here require services and stuff that they cannot easily access or get in such a place like this. But the thing is that most students or most people on campus, they actually possess the ability to do these services. So why not provide a platform or online platform where you can exchange their services in order to gain? Okay, so maybe if somebody like a girl needs to make a hair, yeah, okay, this is make a hair, and then she doesn't really know somebody like that. So this platform can give you access to that person who wants to make hair, and then that person can access your request to make hair for job.
Thank you. Let me get this on me. Only ladies to respond. If you have a device that will not wake your hair, that has no pain or anything, that can shorten the time of making your hair from 2 hours to 20 minutes, will you take it? I want to invent that. Angela, have I speaking your mind? Are you there?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your mind?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So it is saying that I always support what he did, what he suggested to a higher level. Whatever you want to do, we're going to agree very soon. I'm going to show you. You must make it so unique. Don't repeat what every other person has done. That's what Africa does. Somebody is making, this is not to disparage Boas cement. Dangote has his own refinery. Boas cement wants to have his own refinery. We need the let them bring it on board. At least fuel price is coming down. But why don't you do something? I read the news last night or today that Dangote wants to have the largest ports in Ogun State. How many of you have seen that news? The largest ports.
I read it.
You tell me.
Yes.
Like my mom was like, bring it on, bring it on. You know why? Somebody like Femi Angola can be in school and order for a container in China because there are no ports. Like it's going to open up avenue. Then let me let you know that seriously, the mindset I used to have before I started working in private universities, most startups come from private universities. And you can see it in many of them that are polite. Now listen to me. One of the objectives of this course is that before you leave school, before August, those of you that are seriously minded, I'm going to support you to register your business. I can be an investor. GDP is an investor. Adiola is an investor. If you have unique ideas, if we don't invest money, we can invest our leverage to help you build a standard business that we are going to be proud of. You see, there's nothing that amazes me than what happens to Paystack. Paystack, Nigerian guys, now to be owned by Stripe. Like, it looks unique. Like, I'm happy that Stripe is standing side by side with PayPal. I'm so happy. Forget about what, DBG and Adiola gives their neighbors or friends to Flutterwave. Forget about what Flutterwave is doing. Those guys are just gallivanting around. I have used their platform severally. Paystack is way better. I don't know if there's anybody that has done API integration for Paystack on this thing before. Which one is better? Paystack is better. They are sense making. See, Flutterwave in the last 6 months have frustrated me. I'm telling you, what does it mean to process my payment from Ghana? I receive payment from Ghana every day. They started asking me everything, like my proof of address, all of this, my proof of wealth. I gave everything, every of those information. Paystack since 20, what are we now? 25. Since 20, about 4 years ago, I've been using Paystack. Paystack has not, I've processed millions through Paystack. Paystack did not ask me to come and say, I can show you the form they have to form. I'm not processing it for you. Like, those guys are processing millions from you. I'm just processing some $5 and some DHS, DHS as another. That's this for you. You're asking me for big things. What are we talking about? We want you to solve problems that will make sense. Look at any along with that, like I mentioned to you, money points. That guy was working in industry before, and he just got this idea and said that, see, there's problem with local banking in Nigeria, particularly banking with MSMEs. And then he introduced a machine. What does it take? Anyone that would not, I can tell you for free that anyone that's money in that machine is not 50%. If you create a business that is standard, today, China can ship ATM machines to you tomorrow. They have them, just customize them, and they will ship it to you for free. For every buyer that buys it, to make your company to make their profits. And you just love that, you got his own system, and everybody start buying money points US. Let me tell you, in my office, I have used this environment. There's one daily gap like this, and I first use this. I abandoned it. I have a guy ATM machine in my house. I'm not using it again. I have a scooter guy again that I use. A lot of ATM thinking, first one is base center. For not, all of those things. There's none of them that is as sense making as money points. All these machines now, in case you want to buy them to public announcement, I want to sell them off. It's I can even pick it for 5,000 naira, come and buy it. I'm using the pack I just did. Just I can change all the features of the I'm not using them. Also, you can use it to start small business. But what we are talking about here is that create a problem that is unique, that is above board of other people. It may not even be you that will solve the problem. You may be the idea man. Do you get what I'm saying now? So what's the next thing? The next thing, are you ready? Please stop. Give me one. So
my take will be that the idea of teaching and study support service across Nigeria and so many people. So the problem is that we necessarily have lecturers probably teaching technique is not proper at all. So some students they don't tend to grasp properly. So we want to create mentorship programs connecting older students that are to the current students and also providing academic experts across Nigeria who can work with me on this our platform. So the teaching quality, is the issue, and the provision of these top guys or advertisers and the solutions. So I'm not concerned. So we hire top people. That business will fly. You know why? Everything you want to learn is on YouTube. Everything you want to learn is on YouTube. If YouTube cannot solve your problem, go to Alice. If Alice cannot solve your problem, go to Kusera. If Kusera cannot solve your problem, go to what's the this guy again? There are several of them. Go to Google. Go to digital market. Go to digital space. Everything. If somebody is not resonating with you, except you want to know about this, you want to create this, okay, you cannot learn from this person, you can learn from another person that will teach you better. That's the way, that's the only way. We are talking about one-on-one teaching. Now, there's a business I did some years ago. So, simple put, what happened was that I was doing my master's program and then I needed funds. I was little like supporting myself, getting support from function of other people. I basically around that mathematics teacher, chemistry teacher, and all of that. Got so good. One day, a boy that needed mathematics tutor saw me. I saw him, gave the phone number to that called me. He was the SS1 or there about that time. I thought he passed. He was failing chemistry. So I was teaching him basically chemistry. I thought he passed. He passed all the subjects, SS1, SS2, SS3, he passed. When he did jam, bam, he had 300. At that time, 300 was very scarce. It was very scarce. I was like, wow, the parent came to my house, brought me a branded shirt, gave it to me, all of that. They paid me what, how much amount was that collect? Maybe 7,000 naira. That would be close money. Maybe, I don't know, I don't think it was up to 10,000 naira then. Now, but what I gained from that thing is not just the money I got. So the guy got admission to UI, was going to school in UI, and then he had a friend who also had a friend in the UK. He needed somebody that would teach chemistry in the UK. So the student who wanted to like IGSC chemistry, Cambridge, and then I was to teach online. I was earning 25,000 per hour. So, and the way those students does, when it's for finding, they will say, hey, don't you have somewhere you want to go? And I was kind of thinking that it would just possibly shift this class till another time. I was wondering, we just spent for 5 years. I got everything you actually taught me, but I was just thinking just out of the class till like 12. Okay, let us spend the streaming. Okay, let's just end the class now. I'm only become as an range. Now, through this connection, I got connected to another person. I have a colleague who is currently teaching for, I think, 50,000 per hour. Teaching students in the UK. But there was a time I posted it on my platform. We are looking for people who can teach mathematics, English, and some other subjects online to students in the UK, and then you earn your pay. I'm not beginning to hear people that have that capacity. Now, it's a business, people do it. Now, another thing again that I did, in fact, when I wanted to buy my Toyota Camry, I did a project for somebody in the UK still, and the total package of that assignment did not take up to 1 week. The total package was 300,000 naira. Was 300,000 naira.
their business. I'm trying to look at bring up with what you're talking about. Now, there are platforms that are established that are on ground that can connect you with people who need tutors, unique tutors. Those kind of tutors, they want to pass an exam, they need one-on-one teaching. If you need one-on-one teaching for children who want to pass the exam, there and then connect the good people or gather people together, and that can be a business. Next. There's no time. Next.
So a simple problem is the lack of water in the ecosystem. The water and the business with time frame. So after that time frame, there's no water again. So what's get drummers to rent out students so they can store water and like drummers. And then there's a next semester, they're meeting and not.
Business is not flying. That business is based on somebody. It will only take an analysis to say that all students will now have an extra bucket. The money will be paid from source and business will go to cash. You have it in their schools. That is why, it's a very painful thing. But those guys that sell things at the cafeteria, why did they leave? The business owner decided to evict them and take over the business. I'm talking of business, I'm not talking of the property. I'm talking of real business. I was paying to my homes, but I don't think that business was a big business. It wasn't well planned. If your business is based on somebody, for example, now, when Flutterwave was frustrating me, I went to Cola Pen. And I just go out and say, there is no way in here. I went to Cola Pen. If you make your business company dependent on a particular person, if the business depends on a particular person, look for alternative. If, for example, the guy that was here also has a center in Lambda, and this one will not open the baby, go to Lambda. Or the guy can decide to have a shop in Tank, in Okoye. And if he now writes a well-written proposal, and the school agree that students can order for the school, and bring it in selling school. But now you are in a retail, it was not a well-prepared plan. That was not the idea, is not good. But if you are renting drums to students, the school can come and say, the drum is taking their space. Or they can say, okay, we now provide enough water because or they want to take over that business from you. We want to be very careful who you actually share your business and they are actually. So, last chance.
So that's the sir. So the problem we identify is there are a lot of teenagers who don't know how to speak their father or mother's native language. So what to create an app where you can learn their father or mother's native language, where we have Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Ibra, others.
Okay. All right. That's also a big problem. I hope it's something that is well defined. Let's go ahead to talk about look at what is on the screen. MCRDA is what do you see dynamics?
I will notice that it's everyone wants to get to tell the other from one side or someone can stay to they have an opportunity so because of opening a store, including banking in school, then we sell both new and nameless, and then both new and shifting for people who need to afford. And then if you are not aligned on that, we keep saying this. What happened to me yesterday?
And the same is actually my classmates, the guy that started, I started at Kyoto. And I love their idea of expansion. By the way, I can tell you this about right now. I'm sure that in two places, at least where I'm sure, and they keep expanding so much. That idea is a good one, but any idea we are going to create, let the idea be something that is beyond you and well planned. And we are going to go into it. But that thing, I have fears about that brand. Yes. Somebody can come up tomorrow and say, we now have team textile. Team textile. And then now bring you clothes and say team. Anybody that is selling clothes, shut down. Careful. Now, are we together? We are together, say hi. Thank you. You can have a meeting like outside and sell it to students. That appearing physically here. You can create like you did the last time. They created, what do you guys do? Trade fair. And on trade fair, you do trade fair as often as possible. You bring those goods there, sell it to the student. After a while, spring up another trade fair. You have show here. So you guys will come up tomorrow. Entrepreneurship. Okay, I'm coming. Entrepreneurship is a process of using systems and strategies with limited resources to create value and solution. Those value and solutions can be products or services to problems while taking associated risks and achieving profits. This one is one of my colleagues. She's currently in the UK. She has emigrated to the UK. She is the co-founder of Lifetime Hospital in Norway. The husband is a surgeon. He's also a medical doctor who is now an entrepreneur. She wrote a book. I designed a website for her. And then you go to mcadm.com. I created that website. And I'm selling a book for her also for that person. Now, she wrote this book that she wrote, Entrepreneurship is a big thing. She's selling for 5,000 naira. This book I approached her, I said, what if I sell this book for you? If you sell 10 copies per day, what if I give it to Apple manufacturers? Who will sell this book for you at the rate of 80,000 and they will give me 4,000 naira back? Then and then, they're going to sell 100 copies per day. I brought in Apple market. People write books but don't know how to sell them. That is another problem. And I just told you how to sell. When we say entrepreneurship, it is a process of using systems and strategy. Thank God I spoke out that day that I was telling you about my importer. Those of you that were here, those of you that were talking about your meeting. The following day, they called, as I'm speaking right now, as I'm speaking with you, they're calling using my portal to write the exam. They're using my portal to write the exam, CBT exams. They're going to upload their results on here and their results on my portal. Because we identify a problem non-able and have solved the problem non-able. So the public can answer it. If you are here and you know you have schools, your parents have schools, business school, I have a market team. And this is the market. I want to make it so that you can get money from it. So on my portal, to use my portal for exam is 1,500 per student. So if you know people that have schools, we can use it to use 60 boxes. And anyhow, just let's talk. I can even do 30, 70 for you, depending on you. If you give me a school that has about 1,005 students, and you are able to get the key very well, let me talk to the principal, let's go to the meeting, we can do that in the next few minutes. And then we'll talk a deal, go and I'll send my guys there, we go and prepare the next time, we do the deal. So for every student you bring for me, we will make 1 file. So if you are able to actually, okay, I'm going to pay, let's say 1,000. If you are able to get a school that has 1,000 students, How much is that? 1,500 and 1,000. What's that? 1.5 million, right? Why he has this place the school. So please let's do. Don't worry, if you cannot receive the money to your account every school system, we open an account for you. So that one is in the back in case you don't know anybody. Just talk to somebody and say you have a school, primary school, secondary school that can use e-water. Every other thing is customized. I can click everything for them about the school in 15 minutes. Yeah. So it's customizable. Everything they need from CBT exam, you want to administer tests, questions, assignment, you want to upload videos, you want to conduct CBT exam, you want to conduct all these exams you write in the portal, in everything. Their business deal is a business. Do you understand? You have?
No, I want to ask that instead of referring, like,
Teach you about what? I can teach you just let's talk. We're going to talk about that one. Just have about 2 digits that has meters in front. 2 digits that has meters. You know what it means? Can put what's the million? Like 10, 15, none of that. So I can just send it for you. If it's that one, I can send it for you. Right? Everything is happening.
Yeah, that's a good story of the business idea. Yeah, that's a good story of the business idea.
Facebook sold out to Stripe.
Let me ask you this now. Yes. And I have a student that has about 3,000.
Yes.
And I have this and I buy it, and I'm going to buy it from you. For your 10 things, I think it's for 10 million naira. I'm getting about 5 million naira.
Anyhow. By the time I'm setting it, I will send it at comments. I'll do my evaluation. I also have another website, but it's a portal. Listen, in case you don't know where to start from, I also have another website I can sell to you for less than $1 million. I also delegate ROI. I can sell it out. Like I told you, I use the channel as rewards. So if you see any money on my YouTube channel, I'm not the only one that has the money. I've sold some percentage of it to some people, and I'm ready to sell more. So in case you want to buy, I will be creating content if you don't supply money. At the end of the day, you go to all Java together and okay, I can change money. And it's very cheap. Right now. So what we do, we use limited resources that we have. Every time, resources are always limited when you talk about creating, starting up a business, resources in terms of money, space. One of my very good friends, he begged me to become married. Something happened to him. Let me share with you. Something happened to him last year. It pained me. I almost cried. What happened? There's this idea of workspace. IT people will know it. They have a workspace. For example, you have an electric power supply in your house and it's not stable. You just have a place where you just have to be going to be working online and maybe all of that. So they have works to be rented their apartment. Over the night, first the government just came and said that house, they want to demolish it. And that's how they just demolish that house. They are paid the rent, they are paid for their installed generator, they install solar. Like in a space like this, millions of naira were going. They will lose their market, they will lose the people, they run adverts, they are running. But right now, I saw it when I was in, he gave to this thing, they are sitting around the place and are trying to see how they can bounce back. Yeah, businesses always have their challenges, but then you must think through the line when you are creating a business. Think through the line. Business is not just everything aligned to online. I didn't see anybody talking about agro business here. There are so many agro businesses. Gary is limited in supply. Kasama is limited in supply. Why don't you have acres of land? And you can farm. By the way, you know everybody that can farm. I have plots of land that is free. Let's talk. I do it for free. When you finish planting and you harvest, you will do the deed and the cost. Any percentage that you have. Seriously, the land is going to use. I can take it there tomorrow. Location is not. Do you understand? Let's do farming. You can do the farming. You don't even need to go there to do farming. See, what makes you a good guy? I don't think there's anybody here who wants to finish school and still be begging for money. Like when you are an entrepreneur, yes, there are challenges, but the problems you have solved it to a particular extent. You know, they fear money. Like when somebody is talking to you and say, this thing is like let's say 500,000 naira. I've never got 500,000 naira before. Once you have touched it as a student, you keep touching it. And to touch it in a legitimate way. I always pray that bankers call me and say, I saw big money in your account. That's why I always like it. The first time that GT Bank blocked my account because 1,700K enter into it, I was so happy. I was so happy. And then they called, they said, I cannot do this. They said, hey, okay, let's talk. Because more money will come in. Because if that to the bank, they not say they should expand our account, all those accounts and the highest thing that you can the total amount in the years you are using your bank pay, total amount of money accumulated minus your school fees. I just like it's one more than less than everything is about 350,000. But when you start your own business and the first kick you get is like 6 weeks, if you use it out to sleep comes for. Really? What? Is that what? You see fun. And then the way you carry your leg differs. When you carry your leg, if you march and then you try to avoid people, and then you can say that the data is now 2,000 and because you actually have the value. I'm not saying that the first one you get, you go and squander it. In fact, it's always going to see the first time I touched dollar. The first time I touched dollar was at GT Bank. Like I still saw that notes in my house about 3 weeks ago in this Korea. I did a business, I did branding for somebody. If somebody reminds me, I will tell you how I got that money. I did branding for one and she was Los Angeles or somewhere. I've never seen that today, did not see that. And I did branding, what kind of branding? She makes I branded Apron. I was not the one that did the branding. I contacted people that did branding. I was not the one that did the graphic design. I contacted people that did the graphic design. Give them something better, they deliver to my house. I just carry my bed, went to GRA, to the person, and when they take those companies, the credited. Immediately, it's forced GT Bank create a dollar account for me by force. The money was 90. See that again. So, we create values and solutions, products and services. What we are talking about today has to do with products. Some of them have to do with what? Services. And then, because we want to solve problems. They are always associated with every time you create a problem. Now, let's look at some people that are successful entrepreneurs around us. Why are you going too far now? So, now, these people are very common to you. Aliko Dangote has moved from cement to salt, to sugar, to flour, to refinery, and now to seaport. Somebody said something to me. I attended the training. He said, get it done well, and get out. Get it done well, and get out. You see, one problem in TA today that I am praying that I don't get connected to people. Founder has that problem. People ask, that's the biggest problem now. Right there. The problem is building. Now, problem, I have successfully created the problem in TA. As an admission expert, I've doubled the number of students. Like now, I have students like 4. Now, we don't have a competition. It's a big problem. This is a thank you for creating this big problem. It's a big problem. Now they're looking. Further adding to because the last time I was saying they are going to complete some boosted by doctors. I said no, sir. July. Night and day they are thinking. Night and day they are thinking. What if you talk to your uncle and brother that is in Abuja? There are no hands-on homes or some other people. I say, oh yeah, you are really for CA. And we need you. Just bring this 3 billion naira and build. By September, we will start taking money. Bring the person, we talk. Let's see. Wait. If you know any legit source, wait. I'm not talking of that will be looking for money to give you. I'm not talking of people that will be looking for money to give you. Like somebody that can show evidence that you have like 3 billion naira, that you can actually put that in money and build those steps. Thank you. Really, can you come and help me do this? Now, let them bring it on and build. They are going to take it. Do you understand? Now, what is the problem that the guys solved? A little Dangote solved the problem of scarcity and essential commodities. He started as a small trading. In fact, he mentioned that his uncle gave him a particular amount of money. I can't remember that amount again. When he was to start his business, like a line of credit, and he started. Now, I remember that when I wanted to start one of my business, I had to borrow 200,000 naira from a friend. Till today, I used to look like you mean I borrowed 200,000. That money looks so big. I told one of my business partners that time, I said, see, this 200,000, we are not going to use it completely. We are going to run hard. We have to keep 100,000 naira. Like this, we are not able to pay back within a few months. But when it was time, we're going to pay it back. Now, the guy was not smart. The guy only wanted some percentage of his money. He got it. And then, after about 2 years, I was telling the guy, come and invest, come and join. I was saying, hey, sir, that give an excuse. Why did not wanted to join? And then he now wanted to buy a market share. He said, you want to buy a market share? I said, how much did you tell them? For any of the percentage of market share you want to buy, you must have to premium to private. See, you guys are bringing shakara to me. I said, it's not shakara. When the business is small, like when the business was small and I had less than 5,000 users, you didn't come. Now I have 300,000 users. If I'm not sure has become big, the minimum every point must be 2 digits. Like if it's not 2 digits, it's not making sense. So now this guy solved the problem, and now do you know how many billions that was used for this refinery? Several billions. He got money from several banks, and I can assure you that before 2 to 3 years, they will get his money back. Because it's exporting big time. Landfill, he did a lot of landfill, places where there was even no land. But we had a Lagos State government. How many of that Lagos State? Lagos State government collected money from the land, and you want to leave. There's so many complaints there. Now, this guy of Zimbabwe strive Baziwa, focus on telecommunication, so they really focus on banking and investment. That's why every year we will always give out. I don't know about applying for his grant, so they do foundation. And then he found this was somebody in the chairman of the every follow us our lucky job. That very well do woman. Just well, visually was doing it little small. There was this guy that asked lane oil. The guy that asked lane oil, what he was doing it for was just a marketer. Marketer. Or okay, want to buy 30,000 liters of oil. pick it from one place to another. Then you did tankers there, drop it in a particular place and all of that. You see, I see oil business as a very, very lucrative one because even if there are electric cars, it will take about 20 years before a country like Nigeria will adapt. So if somebody says, okay, now that you are not in Mohammed, now that you are finishing school, I want to draw like 3 million naira into your account. And it's like 3 million naira, I want to give you 10 tankers that will not be moving fuel from ports in Lagos and move it to Lorry and ship it to different places. Say, hey, 33 million! How much are they selling Bentley? You go to this and say, hey, Bentley! We give out 50 million naira to buy Bentley. That lost that job. That lost that market. But if you actually sit down and just go and buy one 2018 big boy that is now sold for about 3.5 million, just using the nobody will know that's a big man. Then using that small one and wow, the tankers, when the tankers. And it's show you that you will become somebody like Fono Shwala if you manage that business very well. In 1 year, for 3 million and go up to 100 million because of that sector. Oil sector is a very big sector. Now, you look at technology, finance, real estate. It's a very, very big and moving aspect now. People that buy land, one of the regrets I made when I was in school was not to buy land like my colleagues was. Colleagues that bought, I know my signature and I still have the land party actually. I bought land for a particular organization within the area at that time. We bought that land, I think that's now. But that land right now is worth more than 3 million. That's grown. We have all the document and every other thing, and it just completely grown like that. If you do this and then you make money, please do not just spend and squander these things on clothing or any other thing. Learn to know how you can create a source of wealth from that thing. Something that you put down, and while you monitor it, it grows to become double or even grows to become 1.5. It's very, very important. Very, very important. So we see all of these people that are successful entrepreneurs in Africa, and we know them well. I thought somebody wanted to try this thing. Today we so grow. This someone should come and move. Thank you. Now, so what we want to do, you've done some part of it, is that I want you to now define your personal understanding of entrepreneurship. I want you to look at how you define entrepreneurship from different sources, either from academic source or business source. I also want you to identify the key characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. So I want somebody from each group. We're going to do our projects now. We'll give you a few minutes to do your projects. But let's ask ourselves this question. What do you understand by entrepreneurship? In the definition we have made, yes, I want participation now. Those online, I want to be sure that we are collective and we are generous. This fan, you can move it to that area so that it can blow to everybody.
Yes, we are together. We are same together.
Okay, so let me pick one person. Is that online? Where is that student that's from? Babalola, what is his name now? Are you there?
We are also available to answer any question, please, Dr. Farumbi. We are learning together.
We are senior students.
And we have Shola, we have Adiola, and we have all of them. Even me, myself, to answer. Thank you.
Let me allow you to speak. It's like what you want to speak. So can you, in your own words, can you define entrepreneurship? Give it to you. Try.
Okay. Entrepreneurship, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in my own understanding, so entrepreneurship or entrepreneur as a person are those people that solve problems where others are just looking for who to help them. Right? We have a lot of problems everywhere, but we don't have many problem solvers to easily solve those problems. Just like you said, so we have problem solvers in Nigeria like Dangote, Otedola, Ahmed, the one of the CEO of UBA, for example. I forgot his name. So those people are problem solvers and they are our entrepreneurs in Nigeria. So for me, especially, I always like to be an entrepreneur instead of looking for a job everywhere. What I'm doing currently now is that I'm trying to use my skills, right, to be able to put things together. For example, I've seen several books online, especially in our programming, and I note that before you can learn our programming, perfectly, you have to combine many books together, and that can actually take one time. So I'm now looking at where those people are not covering and how I can simplify this mystery in our programming. And I'm putting it together now so that I can have a passive income. So I believe that if the book is out and people start reading it, they will see that our program is totally very simple. And as they are reading it, buying the books, I'm also getting more money from them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So simply put, we are trying to monetize your skill, writing, and your skill in our program to bring in a business. So without wasting time, I want us to quickly take this for I move to the next thing. Today, I'm going to do a project after now. This is your group project in this group. Then we will start and present 3 case studies of 3 successful entrepreneurs from different industries. Make sure your industries are not intertwined. We have talked about several industries today. Analyze their journey, their challenges, and their success. Analyze their journey, their challenges, and their successes. Please, you can take a snap of this because I'm not going to give you these documents right now. Discuss the common traits that are and the differences among these entrepreneurs. We are going to convert it into a 6-slide document. 6-slide document. Each group will present it tomorrow. Each group will present it tomorrow. That's our group project. We are talking about several entrepreneurs today. Just pick 3 either from my list or you know, look at their successes and their challenges. Discuss the traits that you have all these entrepreneurs and the differences in their traits. Now, yes. More members. you do not get it, a lot of people are leaving. If they are not figures or anything, I just want three. Three. Your group should work on three. For those that are connected online, three. So that when we come tomorrow, I'm going to take 3 minutes to talk about each of the slides. So now, before tomorrow, listen to me. Before tomorrow, look at what I'm going to do. I will give you access. I'll give you access to this document. What's going on?
Dr. Fallon, we cannot hear you again. No. Dr. Farabi, we still cannot hear you. Dr. Farabi, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. What went wrong, please? Yes, great. We can hear you now.
Okay, sorry, there was a technical glitch. So I have explained B2B by saying that I want to be selling to TAU Ventures or TAU Cafeteria, that's B2B. And then you can also have B2C, sell the product directly to the customer. You can have B2G. You can sell your product to government agency. For example, a construction company that builds roads for the government is B2G. Do you know how many of you know Remita? Yeah, Remita is the sole big company that has been collecting money for the government for donkey years in Nigeria. People allegedly said that that company belongs to the Remita. But I was surprised that some weeks ago I saw the news that government started with their own platform to receive money. Did you hear about that news? Did you hear that news? Or did you hear that news?
Can you say it again?
That Remita is going off the market. Remita.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yes, okay. They are replacing it, yes.
Yeah. So that's B2G. Remita is doing B2G, and whoever owns Remita, that person may not be poor again. Because what it takes to actually remit money for government. Almost like this, they go to hospital alone, just go to one general hospital alone, where people are sick for operation, they pay money, not to talk about school fees, you know the amount of money generate. Every session, and only one company is releasing it, is collecting it on behalf of the government. People are profile. Recently, we have been approached the federal government that we wanted to be listed on Nigeria's exchange. Those guys have done so well. They made a lot of trillions, processed trillions of naira, particularly in December time. It's good to have fintech. It's a very good fast way to make money in Nigeria. So it has as fintech because we had last year some good guys act and wipe off 1.4 billion naira from the coffers of Lottery. That's what I was saying about Lottery at that time. They start as matter than that. So now we want to round up this class today. So exactly 201 now. I've explained our assignment, but now I want to take questions in the next 5-7 minutes. Questions, reactions on what we have learned today, clarifications, and then I will now take 2 takeaways. Then call it today. If you have a question, let's use up our answer that question will not be getting the question. Yes, you want to take a question? Have I answered the question? Okay, only one. Who else? Anybody online? Question? Okay, only one.
So my question is you made mention of products and services. So, because I like the idea of owning a business and having one. So I just wanted to show that products or services, which one pays more, like which one can give me more? Is it selling products or providing services like everything and above?
Both of them pays. Depends on what you are selling or what the service you are rendering and how you are able to scale it. You see, somebody like Allen Onyama. How many of you know Allen Onyama? I don't even know Ale Onyama. Don't tell me you don't know Ale Onyama. You have never gone, you've never traveled by air.
Okay, please line.
Why don't you know the owner of Airpeace?
Yeah, Hafiz, yeah.
I explained the system hand. So somebody like Alan Oyama, this is important for me. For Alan Oyama renders services of transport. You cannot compare Alan Oyama to somebody who flies on Canada. He also offers service. The level and the state at which Alan Oyama renders the service is on a very large scale. In fact, anytime there is a friction of Nigerians from another country, Nigeria will always rely on Ale Onyama to bring their people back home. That is his own line of business. And how did it come about? And then you have to look at Ale Onyama, please compare it to Emirates. You can compare it to Great Africa, compare it to every other of these little micro mini airlines that you have in Nigeria. We have Nigeria Airways that we going on. So, talking about services, it depends on the service you want to render. Talking about products, there are digital products, there are physical products. All the gloves that were made used in building this were sold possibly by land in terms of cement, until cement prices were high. That is the product. You see, for when we're talking about products, there are three categories of products that we enter from 50%. I'll mention two because one is sensitive. I will talk about it. Yes. For many reasons, best known to me. We are talking about one push. I'll tell you. Number one is health. See, Jesus will come back. Health product will continue to sell. People during COVID who were buying drugs. I remember one big drug was sick. He had COVID. And they needed to send a drug from Abuja. There was no transport. Suddenly, somehow, one influential person was coming to lorry. I think maybe it was a private jet or something. They sent that drug. That drug, one pill for this man to remain alive. Drug, anything that actually the drug. Let me tell you that if I had my way, I would want to open a pharmaceutical store. What I would just need to do is to get into a relationship with someone that is a certified pharmacist. I will use his ESOR certificate to register a pharmacy store close to the general hospital and get somebody, one of my friends, maybe talk to GDP, invest money and build pharmacy store. Talk to some friends who give me like 10 million line of credit to be paid back in 2 years and then stop it. I can assure you that in 6 months, you will make more than 30 million. Because people are always sick. People are not even sick again. People will always be bad. People will have a state, one to the other will have health. People want to even maintain good health. Health is a major product that will continue to sell. That's it. Now, and let me know that. That said, let me give you an example. I did a market survey on Sunday. We used to buy something close to my house, a chemist shop, paracetamol, syrup for my daughter. Okay, no, it was by pharmacy. My wife said she buys it at $9.50. Now, going forward, I went to a particular store. He said it was $6.50. Just to the person in their company. Then I left. And I went to a pharmaceutical store, not too far away. I eventually bought it at $4.50. Because it is else. If I come in the morning, that person that is close to my house selling it for $9.50. If she bought it for 450 and sell it at 950, how much she pay? 500 naira. And people will still continue to buy it tomorrow from her. She has brought it close to our place, and then she's selling there. The reason why I knew all this fact was when I was building e-commerce website for one pharmacy in GRE. I mentioned the name of that pharmacy, good pharmacy. But because of trademark issue, I will not talk about it. It's their website. What is it moving to say that? So that was how I knew the price. The price they gave me all the stock. All the stock of the amount they bought it. And the amount they have to sell. Those guys are making money, man. Like, they are making, see what I'm telling you. The owner of the place, let me tell you, the owner of the place is my friend. He's a biochemist, he has been in biochemistry. He got his wife, he bought over the pharmacy store. And they started making crazy money. Inside GRE, you can sell there. Paracetamol of 2 years, you can sell it for 500. You will not question it. I mean, do you supply drugs? Have you ever priced drugs? I don't buy drugs. So all these nurses, then, and like this. Get somebody, I'm giving all these students like that, I'm giving test. Where are they? They are distributors. Not shipping. There are distributors that there are people out of friend. The job he does is just distribution. He has a company that he works with. So all of those companies have those drugs. The antibacterial, anti-malaria, analgesic, all of them. They are not over the counter drugs. They tell you drugs. They will bring them to their store. If you go to Field Pharmacy in Gambari, that's where to yield pharmacy, to yield the pharmaceutical takes their drugs. Those people will buy it. The people that are producing the drug, they are not using. But those that are making money with those are those that are distributing supply chain. Supply chain is a very good business. You will not sit down like this. As well, I'm sure you have some money to invest. If you put a good amount of money, there are regulations that however, before you can actually get permission to open pharmacy. But then, with that, you cannot open a pharmacy if you are not pharmacist, but you have a registered pharmacist. Yeah, that's why I started to do the things right, or else be behind the past. So that is a good way to do that. So I'll be able to show you there are several products, there are digital products. Open just created the digital products, and they're making their money, they have their engineers. In fact, I know the fact that if people leave Waterway, they go to Facebook. That's what happens. And they leave any other that and put them money for somebody in the switch. And they make a lot of money. Let me tell you that during COVID, I created our marketing website selling data. My wife and I, we were not able to go on what people were busy creating website for data, for airtime, for this. I asked people, and what was that? Service. That when people need data, people need airtime. It's not our fault. We used to place our airtime by ourselves. Put airtime by ourselves, send it and people come and buy airtime. You see the name, like first they put Telegram there. You see, put Telegram, put there. I said that with that I said, sell my airtime myself. But that business has come down to continue to update it. So service is good. So for service to offer products. Okay, I said I'm going to mention. It's 3 I'm not to mention 2. So if you leave health products, the second one is food. Everything that has to do with food, it will continue to sell. It will continue to sell. People eat. It's one of the times I used to ask myself that why do I have to eat 3 times a day? Like, I had to be money, I was there to eat. Like, is it not too much? And you have to be eating and eating, constantly eating. But then people are producing. Some are supplying the food, some are actually consuming the food in different places. Why is item 7? The idea of item 7, let me tell you the idea of item 7. Item 7 walk up to a filling station one day and discovered that anybody comes to the filling station, buy fuel and leave. Buy fuel and leave. Buy fuel and leave. The same thing, when you go to ISL, you don't sit down to eat. I mean, you just buy and leave. Buy and go. And that's how. And before you leave, the partner with Go Canada. I don't know if you know Go Canada. You are from Benin or from South Sudan, you know Go Canada. The partner with Go Canada. And that's one leading to now have different branches. If you have, see, this is the best time to get your investment. Try it today. If you approach your uncle, and his start was asking me, she asked me for money. I didn't give her money. So we went for a program from the last weekend. And then she was not telling me that I should come and help her to pay for her business registration. I said, I will do that. You rather get people to invest in your business than to say, come and give me money. You know, I approach somebody and say, I have this business idea. I need a sum of 300,000 naira. And before December, I'm going to be remitting to you 50,000 naira. I'm going to remit 500,000 naira. I'll tell you let's go. Because that person knows that now you are sensitive. You know what you're doing. Me minor or me that sells scripts online cannot be compared to somebody that is just carrying one day and standing somewhere. If you see some of the videos she shows as false, she has invested millions. People have seen her and everybody say this lady is lying. Let's invest millions of naira into what this lady can do. And from there, she's able to get the products that you are a nursing student and you have to be on call, go to business. Don't mean that you don't have either a business online or offline and it's producing something for you. I'm not just thinking about saying I'm going to let you know and now be showing wedding there. You have one wedding there in 6 months. Talk of that. Or you say, my own thing is I'm going to create innovation store where I'm selling biscuits, pure water, sugar. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to train you about how to do that. I'm here to train you about how to have real business. If you want to start a provision store, start a provision store where you can sell wholesale. All those things are small store. See, I am all kerosene, I am all liquid, there's nothing I'm not all. I'm all gari. I need it. I am hot like this monkey typhoid. Yes, there was a time I off quickly. I felt that all the people fell inside the story. What changed my story? A lot of things changed my story. So
I can't say that. So I say that stuff right now. We don't say the words because it says you guys are last week and I think things are
I'm saying on a large scale. Man, you don't need to help us show lights. I'm telling you, provision stores. If you buy a carton of biscuit, just go to that one there. It's just like what they did. She was selling pure water. She sold, I bought one pure water for 50 naira. I was paying. I asked her how much is selling pure water from that place in 500. And then I'm telling you this beside me. The name each of them came at the rate of how much? 24 divided by 500. That's how much. It's not for 500. About 20 years. And I said, I think it is that. They will have sold it for me for like 13 naira or 14 naira. So there's no way they can enter into the system that way. So you don't need to sell pieces. They are selling pieces, they have to sell it for me for 15 naira. So if you sell 15 naira as 24, they are going to make out of me. Now, but before you can make all of that, the fridge you are going to put the water into, the house rent you are going to pay, the everything. Forget about provision business. Provision does not have one business. I can tell you how to fail in the provision business. I ran my parents' provision business for 12 years. I can tell you what provision business can hire. Instead of running provision, if you have money, be a wholesaler. All those Indomie power, spaghetti, forget about all these things there. Like that, e-commerce, I can do the thing with. Automate businesses, not the businesses that if they are not alive, nobody to help you. You go to the market, go and buy, bring it back, you come, you say, hey, it went there, the price has changed, then you don't. That's why somebody will come to you and say, sorry, why continue? We are calling this 2 days ago. Please come and give us a one spot, one indomie, and one egg. That one has gone. You don't get the money of the seller. And now we go the last 2 days again. Automate it. If you cannot pay, can you buy something on credit or digital? Or Uber? I be on you can't go on credit and then be talking to the machine. So what I want to talk about in essence is that you should build a business that can actually sell an automated way. I think I'm done with the question. Any other question? No. So that's the question. Okay, can you say it now?
So are you saying that since that makes products and not services, are you that provides products, makes products like cement, sugar, and the most provides services and Tesla, yeah. So I try to say that because the environment actually matters because looking at Nigeria, I don't think we have it's products. Our breakfast, and whether it's the most because Tesla is a probably banned community of United States. I think this question is very good, and I love the way you are thinking. I would have loved to answer it one more, but again, you see, I was talking about international business. So I don't know if some people are still on call. If you are listening, now.
Yes, we are here and we have questions also. Thank you.
And if you have class, you can go now. I also have a meeting by 3 o'clock. I have to have another meeting. This is where I'm talking. So, international businesses, they are on a different phase. In the next class, tomorrow by groceries, we are going to talk about international businesses. You see, Nigeria is a consumer food place. Joy, I don't want to like that from this tomorrow. Okay? Now, if you want to sell consumer goods, let me give you an example. There's this guy called here. He made a video with one man in China, and where he was showing different shoes to ship to Nigeria. I mean, so that different shoes and everything. I'm telling you that they're going to ship that shoe to Nigeria and they're going to sell it. The problem we have in Nigeria is not to build car, to build electric car. If you can solve the problem of food, shelter, and accessories, you can make money in Nigeria. That's why many of those companies, especially China, everything, they just ship those things there. If they take it to US, they won't sell because that is not their problem. And one thing we have as an advantage in Nigeria is number. We have the number as our revenue. So I was discussing something with one of my business partners. I was talking about a business model. Now, we can be talking about a business model for 7 hours. Because for us, we're going to take through everything down the line. They're going to look at payment gateway, challenges that are there. See, I've so far in business. Last year, for example, I almost cried. I lost over $1,000 to go. Like, last year was a bombshell. It was a bombshell. And another way was also a very big news. But then, if I start explaining how that money costs, it's like bizarre. I've been trying to speed off that model again. I'm not able to get that model to speed up. I believe God that the next 3 months, I'm going to tell you that speed it up. Right? Now, but what sells there? Say what sells over there. Nigerians, let me say one thing Nigerians don't do. Nigerians don't pay for subscriptions. Nigerians don't pay for subscription. If you have a platform, let's say a platform that does PDF or whatever, and you say, oh, I'm done it. I spent a year. I built this model. You can do PDF or whatever. I can tell you that
the fraction of Nigerians that will do that thing very small. Nigeria will go out for the class fashion. Or they look for another alternative that can do the same thing. They will abandon the platform if you are running hard. That's why I wanted us to do business better before we do digital marketing. So that we understand the business you actually want to run adverts for. Because if you can be running adverts and your adverts will waste. Sinking. I have 2 ads on now. I have ads for each of the running. My ad on Facebook is running. When I get back to this today, I want to scale up my TikTok ad again this afternoon. I went in here recording last night. What am I saying? You cannot chase the market of Nigeria in the US. You cannot chase the US market in Nigeria. You must know who are your target audience. Tesla, if you want to sell this Tesla car, only few people have started buying Tesla cars in Nigeria. Right? But you have a lot of US people that are buying. In US, how many billionaires do we have in Nigeria? They may not be up to 200. But look at billionaires in US, they are in thousands. And you look at what they do, what they invest. So, and then what works for them will be different from what works for us. What works in the UK is different from what works in the US. Do you understand? So for them, in the start of a business in Nigeria, get it up because they are familiar grounds, get all the certification and every other thing. It can be a footprint or a springboard to land you in another business. Don't forget, you can always start small. You can always sell out your business and move to another sector. You can. You build it to a particular extent, you can sell it up. Like I told you, I can sell my importer to any buyer tomorrow. So what we just need to do is talk about your business. How do we sell it on? And then we sell it on. Discuss again the pros and cons. And then another buyer buys it. Do you get what I'm saying now? So that's what we need. Like this guy is trying to buy, and what he's trying to buy, but Okoya is not selling it. If he's able to succeed, he can go through Donald Trump to buy Okoya to them. But then, you see, it's already a conflict. So, others can go. GBG, you wanted to talk about something. Where's the game? That in 15 minutes because I need to go very soon.
Yes, so within 1 minute, we'll be done. Okay, the question is this, right? We have students here who are learning about entrepreneurship and also digital marketing. So there is this question they always ask that, sir, I have something to do, but I don't have money or somebody to help me. So, and I want Dr. Farombi to help us answer that question. If you ask them now, do you have any idea? They will say yes. But the question they will be asking you now is that, sir, I don't have money or somebody to help me. So how do we go about that? Thank you so much.
All right. I think I've answered the question in 2 ways today. Former Governor of Kwara State said 2 ways of getting money is either you save or you borrow. When you want to start a business, you can actually contribute parts of your money or you contribute the money of others. Let's for example, 3 people want to start up a business. You look at the resources you need. Let's say 100,000. How can you raise 100,000? 10,000 of them, 3,000. We have to raise 100,000. Why are doing that? You talk to people that can give you line of credit for free. Line of credit means that somebody can decide and say, I'm going to give you this 400,000, this fine business in the bill, and then you're going to go along this. You have to actually save. And when you're starting up a business, there are businesses that you can start off that will not actually require money. Let me tell you, you want to sell it on Canva. I have this model that can allow you to use AI to create ebooks on Canva and you sell it online. That is a cool way to make money. Now, I have traffic on Google. All of the money I lost last year was traffic. People use my website every day. I'm talking of not the not another one. And I was able to get out traffic. For every visit every day, I get about 12
$10 per day. In 1 month, 10 times 30, I'm going to pull up some amount. And minimum cash out is 100. So you have just sent 1,000 to so I was waiting, I was thinking on my friend. Please let me pray so that the money comes. So they are not going to check that. So my first payment through is okay, the code that came in is somebody just came in and said, you have a letter. I left there in front of the reception. Nobody knew how happy I was. But I was the only one that knew what happened. So that way can be a way you have a website, you create a website, and you offer value to the blog, and then you apply for Google AdSense, able to make money for Google AdSense. And that money can be used as capital, creating a business. Another way you can do that is that you crowdfunding, can talk to friends and family who can put up some money to into the business. But the most important thing I've ever seen is you having a very unique business idea and you ready to go for it. So this is my idea, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to get it done. You need to go for training. I am pretty sure that some of you have learned something today. And I'm sure that 80% of what you have learned today, until you start practicing within like, you will not be able to see the importance of it. By the time you go into it big time, you will be able to know what and what it is. When I kicked off my businesses, when I was doing my PhD competition, I met one man and said, sorry, I knew I was only going to sweat. I'm sorry, I don't pay you. Sincerely, today, I cannot remember that guy was going. Ask me that, what did I do for him? I was typing those days. It's not now that you can just convert text with an image to text. Like you just snap the document and then it has converted it to text. I pasted it around in that time. I type. When people are sleeping at night, I'll be typing. You have a material you want to type, I type. So I type a whole textbook, economics textbook for you. Not paying me. So when we're now doing the confession together, I was not doing restitution. Anyway, I know you don't remember. But all of those monies I got, the one I got from teaching on medicine, the one I got from teaching online, all of that, they are the ones that I compute and pull up together to start some businesses, to present the registration. To do sales registration, all of that, just put it is still a new business registration, all of that. They are personal savings and what to do for this. And everybody here can do this. If you know how to actually monetize that. I do this for data analysis and all of that. I do data analysis for people who are able to get my funding from me, and that's pretty easy for you to start. Any other question? I'm sure there's no. Okay, so we shall call it a day. Mike has not done. So we shall call it a day today, and tomorrow's class will not be 4 because